Today we are going to talk about a topic that many parents contemplate when pregnant with baby number 2. The question is, should you potty train your toddler before baby arrives or after baby arrives? So let's dive into it. The answer is not going to be one size fits all. It's going to depend on readiness and your personal circumstances in your family. Also, how old is your first child? You might be expecting baby number 2 when your first is only 18 months, or maybe your first is 3 years old. Somewhere in between. It's going to depend on their readiness. However, we are going to go through some pros, cons, and my general recommendation that I think you should consider. So first off, we're going to talk about some signs of readiness. If your child is not ready, then I would not recommend going forward with it. Some signs of readiness would be your child communicating to you when they are using the restroom, whether that's in their diaper or if you are having them wear undies or pull-ups. Another one would be them holding it at times. For example, if they wake up from a nap or overnight sleep and their diaper is dry, that means that they are gaining some self-control. And finally, just general interest in the bathroom, whether you're in it or they're in it, discovery and exploration in there, and just, again, interest. If you're seeing these signs, your child may be ready to get potty trained, but again, we still got to decide before or after baby's arrival. Let's talk about a couple concerns. Why are we afraid to potty train our baby while we're pregnant? And why would we want to while we're pregnant? So the reason why people get nervous about potty training while pregnant is they think when baby arrives, a regression will occur. This can definitely happen, but you're also not guaranteed it's going to happen. So it's a little bit of a toss-up and a gamble. Now, some reasons people want to potty train before that baby arrives, they may want to only have one child in diapers, or they may want to get it done while that older child has all their attention. They're not busy with a baby. They're not busy with postpartum. Makes sense, right? These are all things to consider, and we got to decide what's right for us. Why is regression a bad thing? So basically, if you potty train your toddler, they get it, they master it, everything's going great, then you have your baby, and then all of a sudden they start acting out and regressing. Whether it's intentional, unintentional, they just had a really big life-altering event of gaining that sibling, they regress. Now it's like potty training gets like really drug out. You're like, do we do it again? Do we go back to diapers for a month? What are we doing? And I think it can get really blurry and, again, drawn out and frustrating. So that would be a con with potty training before, is that regression and potential regression. What do I recommend? Again, everybody has to make their own decisions and do what's right for them. But what I would recommend that I don't think a lot of people think about is consider potty training during your maternity leave. Now stay with me. If you're a stay-at-home mom, this isn't going to matter to you. You don't necessarily have maternity leave. Now maybe if your husband were home, that could affect your decision. But in general, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you have more luxury of freedom with your time and you can potty train at any point. So we're going to focus more on the moms that are going to work and sending their child to daycare. So if you say, we'll just say have a 12-week maternity leave, so you're blessed with that, what I would recommend is around week 9 or 10, consider potty training your toddler. Reasons for this: you're already home on maternity leave. You're not having to use extra paid time off or vacation days to potty train your toddler. Hopefully by this point in your maternity leave, you're feeling well enough to do so. Now that's greatly going to depend on your birth experience. You may not be up for it. You may not be feeling healthy and healed up. So again, goes back to doing it at your own speed and with your own circumstances. But again, this is a really great opportunity to make the most of your maternity leave and maximizing your time off and getting something done that you need to get done before sending that toddler back to daycare. So this is just a recommendation. I think it's something that people overlook or underestimate their ability to do. So they're like, no, I'm going to be postpartum. I'm going to have a newborn. I'm going to be overwhelmed. And you could be. You don't know. Some newborn babies are so easy. Other ones are much more challenging. So it could be really challenging to potty train with a newborn. It could be really easy. They could be still sleeping a lot during the day and be quite simple and quite calm. It's all about you and your circumstances. You also, during that newborn phase, you could have additional help. You could have dad at home. You could have grandparents visiting. You could have things like that where they can hold the newborn while you're potty training. Or just be that extra set of hands. Say you're nursing your baby, they run the toddler to the bathroom. So those could be helpful things as well. And also around that 9-week mark, any point really, it could be 7 weeks, 6 weeks, your toddler's adjusted to the newborn by now. After the first couple weeks, they're used to them. They realize they're not going anywhere and they're here to stay as a part of the family. So you've gone past that potential regression from the newness of gaining a sibling and the general disruption in their life of so many visitors and so many this and that and mom and dad being at the hospital, coming back home, just life disruptions in general. At that point, things are dying down and calming down. So it could be a really great opportunity to potty train before returning to work. If you are interested and ready to learn more about potty training specifically, I have a PDF that I'm going to link. It is free and it goes over my 5 main points in potty training and what I recommend personally. So check for that in the description. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel for more mom tips and advice like this. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.